everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phoebe and today I am doing a this video ends when I find a 5-star read video. Essentially in this video I'm going to be reading books that I think have 5-star potential. So I'm not necessarily reading all of these books in a row. What I've done is from my January TBR that I uploaded a few days ago, like a week ago, I've selected the books from that I think have real 5-star potential. And whenever I get to reading those books in the month, I'm going to pop onto this vlog and I'm going to put those books in this reading vlog and see if any of them are 5 stars. If none of them are, we will carry on in February until this video ends in a 5-star read. We're going to go back to past Phoebe now, and I'm going to talk to you about 2 books that I've already started reading for this video, and then the kind of idea is I will just pop back in whenever I've got something to say about the books. This is completely non-spoiler, so I won't be talking about the plot or anything like that. I will literally just be talking about my feelings about the books, whether they still are kind of giving 5-star vibes, etc, etc. So without further ado, let's go back to past Phoebe so I can talk to you about the first 2 books that I'm reading for this video. The first book I'm reading for this video that I have very high hopes for, based on what everyone else has been saying about this book, is The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I don't have a physical copy of this to show you because I looked in WH Smith's and Waterstones and The Works and none of them had it. I don't know if it's been like published in England yet to buy in an actual bookshop. You can get it on Amazon, but it's free on, well, it's not free, it's on Spotify audiobooks included with premium, and I already have Spotify premium. So I thought, in the spirit of the new year reduced book buying, not a book ban, but just reduced book buying thing that I'm doing in the new year, I'm just going to listen to it on audiobook. I'm already reading a couple of physical books anyway. None that I'm focusing on or featuring in this video. I'll talk about them in my end of the month wrap up because they're not books that I particularly think I'm going to rate 5 stars. I'm enjoying them, but they're not kind of 5-star predictions, whereas The 7 Year Slip very much is a 5-star prediction. I feel like everyone has read this and has been talking about it. But The 7 Year Slip is a romance book. It's set in New York, and basically our female main character has moved into her aunt's apartment because her aunt has passed away. Where I am in the book, we've not got much on that yet, but I imagine it probably will be discussed and kind of grief and things throughout. Oh, my alarm's going off. I imagine that will come up more later, but at the minute where I am, this is spoiler free by the way, I'm barely into the book at all, and this isn't a spoiler. She's moving into her aunt's apartment and I've not met him yet, but in this apartment there is a man, but he is 7 years in the past and he isn't always there. So basically I think the apartment kind of time shifts and like time travels kind of randomly 7 years in the past, and our female main character, I think, starts up a romance with this man who's 7 years in the past. I don't know any more than that because I'm literally on like chapter 2 of the book. I only started listening to it earlier. So far, loving the vibes. It's not giving immediate like from page 1, oh my god, I'm absolutely obsessed, like this is already a 5-star kind of thing, which happens very rarely for me anyway. That doesn't indicate to me that it's not going to be a 5-star, but I am very much enjoying it in the little bit that I've listened to so far. I'm about to sit down and have my tea and watch a bit of YouTube, so I'm not listening to it right now, but I am going to listen to some more of it later. So when I'm a little bit further in, I will come back and check in and see how much I'm enjoying it, whether I still think it is 5-star kind of prediction. Obviously this is a spoiler free vlog, so I won't talk about the plot. I'll just talk about how I'm feeling about the book, and fingers crossed I'll be back to tell you that I'm really enjoying it when I've got further in. Hi everyone, I'm back to give another update on The 7 Year Slip. Sorry if you can hear the washing machine, it's running in the background and I'm just choosing something to watch on TV. I'm now a bit further into The 7 Year Slip. I don't know that it's giving 5-star vibes. Obviously I'm going to finish it for this video anyway because so many people love it, and it's not that I don't like it, I am enjoying it, but I'm just not getting that feeling yet. I think I'm on around chapter 15, maybe just before chapter 15. So it might just be that I'm not kind of far enough in yet to get those 5-star vibes. It's definitely giving like at least 4-star vibes. I'm still very much enjoying it, but I don't know if it's going to be the 5-star read. We've also got a last minute addition to this video that I wasn't going to include. I've been reading it for a few days, but basically for this video I'll explain it properly in the intro, but obviously I'm only including the books I'm reading around this time that I actually think could be a 5-star. I'm just going to stop the microwave before it beeps. And I didn't think this one did, but now I'm like nearly halfway through. I'm starting to think The Night Circus could like be a new favourite. It's definitely an underdog. It has like no plot, like tiny bits of plot, but it doesn't really have a super big dramatic central plot line. But the vibes are so beautiful. I went into this very much expecting it's going to take me a while to read. It's not going to be quick paced. It's going to be slow, and I think going in with that mindset has meant that I've just enjoyed it so much because I knew what I was getting going in. So I'm really enjoying this. So I'm going to add this into this video. So I'm currently reading The Night Circus and The 7-Year Slip that I think kind of have potential. So I will keep updating you on both of them. If you don't know, this is like a magical realism book set in the late 1800s. It goes to the circus goes to different places around the world, but it's predominantly set in London for the most part. And at the beginning this wasn't giving 5-star vibes because we weren't really in the circus. The first kind of 50 to 100-ish pages from memory, might be a bit less than 100, was about the creation of the circus, introducing us to all the different characters that we now understand what they have to do with the circus. But now that I am, what page am I? I'm actually not halfway through yet. I'm on page 174. We're now spending like most of our time in the circus, which is what I wanted from the beginning. But I'm glad we've got all the background knowledge. But now that we're spending a lot of time in the circus, it's still not like a big dramatic plot line or anything like that. But it's just the vibes and the setting are so beautiful. So I will keep updating you on this alongside The 7-Year Slip. And we'll see if either of these end up being the 5-star for this video. I have just this minute finished The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. And I rated it 4 stars. So the video's not over. Yeah, it's definitely not a 5-star. It just didn't give me those kind of 5-star feelings. It didn't hit quite as much as I was expecting it to hit. But still a really enjoyable read. Great vibes, nice New York setting, like the characters. I feel like the present day relationship was maybe a little bit underdeveloped. I feel like, I don't know, it wasn't a massive problem, but I would have liked a little bit more kind of exploration into the present feelings, and yeah. But it was a really enjoyable read. Would definitely recommend it if you're just looking for a light, easy read. But it does talk about grief, but I wouldn't say, maybe if you've had a loss quite recently, it might be a little bit much, but it's not massive. It's not kind of talked about all the way through. It definitely focuses on other aspects of the story as well as the grief. But just be aware going into it, if you are interested in reading it, that it does talk about grief. The video goes onward. I'm still reading The Night Circus. I haven't finished this yet. I'm now just over halfway through. Definitely a slow read, but I'm still really enjoying it. I think it does still have 5-star potential. So I'm going to try and crack on with quite a bit more of this today. And I will pop back on here either later or tomorrow, whenever I've got something more to say. I did just read a really lovely chapter actually I wanted to mention. What was the chapter called? Oh, brilliant. I can't pronounce it. This chapter. Can you see? Yeah, that chapter. I've just read that one. And that was a really lovely chapter. It was following Bailey, one of the characters that we meet earlier on. And it was just really sweet. Great circus vibes. So yeah, I'm definitely still really enjoying The Night Circus. And I'll pop back in and update you when I've got something new to say about it. Hi everyone, we're back on this vlog. It's been a couple of days. I've just been reading like a couple of little novellas and stuff in series that I'm reading that I knew wouldn't be 5-star reads. And again, I'm only putting books in this video that I think actually could be a 5-star. So the next book we're going to read for this vlog is Culte by Mariana Zapata. I very much understand that Mariana Zapata's writing is an acquired taste. I so get it. And I don't love all of her books. I've not given all of them 5 stars. However, the books of hers that I love, I love them. Like, I either kind of hate her books or love them. And all the ones that I love, bar All Roads Lead Here, are sports romances. And I feel like Culte is such a fan favourite of hers. And obviously, well, not obviously, if you didn't know, this is a sports romance about a girl, she's 27, and her new assistant coach, who is Coulter, and he is a very famous professional athlete. He's now retired and he's a coach, and she was obsessed with him when, not like obsessed in a weird way, but just like she was a massive fan of him when she was younger and when he was still playing. So very excited about this. I am about 50 pages in, I think. I started it last night, but my boyfriend was watching the snooker, so I couldn't interrupt that to film. I'm 60 pages in, so I'm not like very far in. If you know Mariana's part, you'll know that nothing's happened yet. Genuinely, on page 60, he hasn't actually even looked at her, not even a glance. So that's how slow her books are. But I just feel like this is what I need. Like, her book's quite overwritten, everything's quite over-explained, not with flowery language, just overly explained normal language, but I think that's just kind of what I'm in the mood for. I'm really in the mood for just a big book and just to kind of sink into a story. So yeah, it's going great. There's a lot of talk of poop. She has said the word poop upwards of 20 times, which is a bit odd, but again, I know what I'm kind of in for when I start reading a book by this author anyway. Like, I know what I'm getting myself in for, and I eat it up almost every time. So I will keep you updated throughout today as I'm reading a bit more of this. Hello, I am still reading Coulter. Yeah, it's still going well. Still on track to be a 5-star prediction. I'm not getting like, oh my god, this is a 5-star right now kind of vibes. It's currently sitting at like a kind of 4.5 kind of vibe, but I'm nowhere near the relationship yet. I'm halfway through and like literally nothing has happened, so as is expected with a Mariana's Part book. So yeah, I can see it tipping over into a 5 when we get to the actual relationship, but we will see. I'm not kind of saying too soon that this is going to be a 5, but out of all the ones I've read for this video so far, this is kind of giving me the most hope. I can see why a lot of people wouldn't give this 5 stars. As with any Mariana's Part book, they are quite overwritten in terms of she uses a lot of words to say not that much, and you spend a lot of time in the characters' heads. So I get why people find her books quite long and not difficult to read, but you know, kind of like, oh my god, to get through. But I just love it. There's just something about her sports romances that just get me every time, and this one, it's giving like From Lukov with Love flashbacks, and that is my favourite romance book ever. So I have very high hopes for this. I will check back in on this video if I have any, like if my feelings change. If not, I will probably check back in now when I finish Coulter and let you know whether or not it is the 5-star that's going to end this video. It is now, what day is it? Friday. I finished Coulter last night. I didn't update you last night because I was pretty sure of what I was going to rate it, but I didn't 100% decide until this morning. I wanted to sleep on it and like wake up and see how I felt about the book. And it's a 5-star, guys. Which means this vlog is done. I've been filming this vlog for so long. I've only actually read 3 books, obviously as part of this vlog, because I've read little books in between, but nothing that I knew none of them were going to be a 5-star, so I didn't put them in this vlog. But yeah, we're done. It was a 5-star. I just loved it. I love Mariana's Part sports romances, and obviously I had a strong feeling it was going to be a 5-star, hence why I did in this video. But yeah, I just loved it. It's just such good vibes. Loved the characters, loved the relationship. I was a bit worried whilst I was reading it that it wasn't going to be a 5-star, because Coulter is definitely crossing the line between being grumpy and just being a bit of an arsehole. Like, he's not that nice of a person, to be honest, and he definitely says things that I'm like, oh my god, like if my boyfriend said that to me, I was like, I don't know like how I could forget that. But it's just, I don't know, I think I just have to let go of my own expectations sometimes and just take a book for what it is. And yeah, I just loved it. I loved it so much. I woke up like still thinking about it, going on like TikTok and Pinterest trying to look for like fan art, reading for all the 5-star Goodreads reviews, and like that's when you know I really love a book, when after I finish reading it I just will like grasp anything to stay like in the mindset of that book, if that makes sense. Like reading reviews, looking at fan art, like just wanting to stay like in that sphere. And yeah, that kind of proves that I really love a book. So yeah, this is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please do give it a thumbs up so I know if you did enjoy it I can do this again in the next couple of months. If you haven't already, please do subscribe down below. If you are interested in seeing me elsewhere on the internet, my socials are in the description, and I will see you in my next one.